Hey guys, I'm Viper here and welcome to Mars Return Series. We're going to jump straight in with Rubens qualifying lap in his Ferrari from 1999. As you see, we're going to the main straight here, the old straight of course, not the new one from the new Silverstone. And through that first corner, taking it flat out almost. We're going up into, I think it's Maggots and Beckett's now, which back then was the first set of twisty turning corners that you had to go through, but it isn't anymore. As you can see, we're going through this set of, set of corners. Through, I think this is the end of sector 1. Obviously, in the real world now, it's the end of sector 2. Coming up on, I don't know, I think it's called Vale corner. And obviously, this is where the new last few corners is obviously got slowed right down. They put it in second gear. Going through these few corners here, and obviously this is where the new back straight is. Of course, back then this didn't exist. Instead of going up and round, it actually takes a turn to the left. So now we're going left down through the tunnel. This has actually been blocked off, this section. This is the end of sector 2. This has actually been blocked off at Silverstone. You can go through it and everything, but it's not there anymore. So this is where the last few corners are for this whole circuit. But in the real world, this would be just after sector 1, obviously the back end straight joins just onto that, which is quite good. And as you can see, we're putting our foot down, going up through the gears, going across the line to do, I think it was a 121.6, so pretty good. As you see, getting into straight today's qualifying session in our lovely orange arrows. We're on the out lap, and obviously this is our first ever flying lap in qualifying. Unfortunately, the car, I could not really get a good feel for the car. We just got a little bit tad wide there. I couldn't really find a sweet spot for the car, like when it came to turning, especially as we cut the corner there a little bit. But there was something about the car that just didn't feel right. Like when it tried turning in, it wasn't turning as much as I wanted it to. The speed, I think we got right just about, because we seem to have some good speed over the cars. I think the Ferraris were a slight bit quicker in a straight line, but we seem to have, like, the best speed out of anybody. This set of corners, as you can see, we go wide onto the gravel there. It's that corner I often made a mistake on during qualifying, so the laps that you're going to see, obviously this is our first lap, so of course we're probably going to go off here, but hopefully in the next few qualifying laps that we do, we go a bit too wide there. Hopefully the next few qualifying laps that we do will be a bit more decent, and hopefully it won't be going off as much, and hopefully not cutting the corners as much. But yeah, just as we're coming around the last few cars onto the back straight now, I just want to quickly mention that the series has been not put on hold, but the series hasn't had a video in a while because of exams and college work. There's a 119.887, but further on in the session, so we do our lovely flash effect, we get a 118, I think it is 117.24, I believe that was. But as the session goes by, we skipped to the last 15 to 20 minutes, so 16 minutes left, and as you see, that time was not nearly good enough to get nowhere near the top 10, as we're in 19th place. So, with one final run, as we're coming across the line, start a proper flying lap this time. We are currently sat in 19th place, so again, as we go through Maggots and Beckett's and up into the Vale corner, hopefully we can nail it. As we've nailed the first set of Maggots and Beckett's, we've just got a little tad onto the grass there, but so far so good. We've nailed that bit first. So go up through the first section. We're currently 8/10 up, which is good for us, which means this time could put us a bit higher up. I don't know how much higher, but let's have a look and find out as we're going past through Vale. And I believe it's Vale corner, into the last two corners and onto the international pit straight, as it's called now. But obviously this is where the new straight is, and up into, I do not know what these corners are called, but I know they're twisty and turny, and I think they're called bridge corner. I'm not sure. As we go through the end of sector 2, and we're 1.15 seconds up on our middle sector, which is really good, which means we could be on for a top 10 start as we nail these last few corners and get onto the back, the home straight now. Actually, the main pit straight. As you can see, what's the time going to be? We're coming across the line, up through the gears. Can we do it? Can we get a pole position, or maybe even better? 116.2, and it only puts us in 8th position, which is very disappointing. But moving on to pole position, David Coulthard manages to top the session in his McLaren which is quite surprising considering, well, actually it's not that surprising considering I think he's got 2 pole positions already. And as you can see, Ralf Schumacher there in second with his brother in third, Barrichello fourth with Button fifth, Hakkinen in the McLaren sixth, Jarno Trulli is seventh, us in the Arrows is eighth with Fretson in ninth place. He was 1.7 seconds behind. His speed was 151.5. I can never figure out what that speed thing is, as we're going to start going down the order now, I think. Oh, anytime soon, there you go. Villeneuve actually lapped the same lap as Fretson, so he starts behind Fretson. Zonta finished as 11th with Wirtz 12th, Fisichella 13th, so not a good day for Benetton. Herbert and Irvine, so Irvine in the Jaguar not doing as good as he did in Brazil. Alesi 16th, our teammate in 17th, Diniz in 18th, Heidfeld 19th, Salo 20th, Genet 21st, Mazzacane 22nd, so the last 2 thingies are in the back row, Minardis. I'll now pass you over to our commentator, Mr. Jim Rosenthal.
Welcome to today's race at the Silverstone circuit for the 4th round of the season for the British Grand Prix. As the cars prepare for the formation lap, let's have another look at the grid positions. David Coulthard, a superb pole position. An excellent second, Ralf Schumacher. A slightly disappointing third, Michael Schumacher. Joining him on the second row is Rubens Barrichello in the Ferrari. An impressive 5th, the Williams of Jenson Button. A shaky 6th, Mika Hakkinen. A tremendous 7th, Jarno Trulli in the Jordan. An excellent 8th, the Arrows of Jos Verstappen. 9th place, Frentzen in the 2nd Jordan. Not such a good 10th, Villeneuve in the BAR. A decent 11th, Zonta in the BAR. Joining him on the 6th row of the grid is the Benetton of Alexander Wurz. A disappointing 13th, Giancarlo Fisichella in the Benetton. Johnny Herbert's Jaguar is 14th on the grid. A discouraging 15th, Eddie Irvine. 16th place, Jean Alesi. 17th place, Pedro de la Rosa in the Arrows. A very disappointing 18th, Pedro Diniz in the leading Sauber. A stuttering 19th, Nick Heidfeld's Prost. A poor 20th, Mika Salo's Sauber. A pretty poor 21st, Genet in the leading Minardi. 22nd place, Mazzacane in the Minardi. Buckle up then and get ready for the start of the race.
Thanks for that, Jim, and welcome everyone to the British Grand Prix. Obviously we're revving up to 5 red lights. Lights out, and away we go here in Great Britain for the start of what looks to be a miserable Grand Prix, as we've already been mugged by both Villeneuve and Fretson at the start, which is not good for us. That was a bit of a frame issue there, but yeah, we seem to be doing it at the moment. Obviously, are we going to try and get past Villeneuve? No, it doesn't look as if we can make the move. Zonta, we have to watch out though, because Zonta is right behind us in 11th, and he could make a move on us. In the space, and there's been black smoke, and we've got yellow flags out. And who's that? Yeah, it's Jarno Trulli, because we mistakenly hit him, which is a big deal, you know, a big accident. You see, there's black smoke from up ahead, but whose car could that be from? As you can see, we're going back once more, and it's Mika Hakkinen's McLaren. Mika Hakkinen looks to be out of this race by the looks of it, with smoke going through his engine, as Villeneuve has now took the place back. As you can see, we're going for Fretson. Fretson brake checks us like he shouldn't do, and we've managed to get past him up into 6th place. So currently we've gone from 8th to 10th, then back to 6th again, all thanks to a yellow flag. And as you can see, we're going to try and close down Button now, who's in his Williams. Obviously the Williams was not a strong car, but then again he has the Arrows, so this should be quite interesting. But as you can see, we've already caught up to him. For some reason, yeah, decided to go very, very slow. As we're going to throw it down the inside of Button's Williams, and well, we took the move. And as you see, the 2 Ferraris, there's some white smoke. Did they make contact? I don't know. As we're going through, and Button's colliders, oh, we've gone off. We're off into the gravel, and that looks a bit, and we've got some wheel damage. And as we come across the tracks, I think somebody else has hit us, and I don't know who. Somebody else might have hit us, but we're down in 16th. I think Diniz on. Yeah, there you go. Mazzacane's in 16th. He's overtook us. We need to make our pit stop now, unfortunately, thanks to that collision with Button. So hopefully we can have a better race with these new set of tyres on. I don't know yet, but hopefully, as you can see, we're making the tyre pit stop now. 6 seconds, which isn't too bad, I guess, considering we did have damage and the front wheel was wrecked. As we exit the pits now, it's turning the pit limiter off, and we're back on our way again. And yeah, moving a bit further on into the race, onto lap 4 now. Actually, we've managed to catch up to Mike Genet, sorry. wrong Minardi driver. And is he going to make the move easy for us? I don't think he is, even though he is in the slower car than us. Well, even though we did have a good top speed. We're going to go alongside him. We've got past Mike Genet. Have we took the place? Yes, we have. And as we come on to lap 5 now, we've got, as you can see up front, we've got Mika Salo as we just hit the wall and go a bit wide. That's just allowed Genet to get past us, unfortunately. So we're going to need to gain that position back from him. But as you can see, there's a whole train of cars up ahead. We've got, I believe the 2 Saubers are in there. Both Minardis are in there, I think. I'm not sure who else in there. I would imagine a Benetton would be in there somewhere, but I'm not sure. But it is indeed the 2 Saubers as we try and go around the outside Mika Salo, but he's not having any of it. But can we get him and Inez and even Mazzacane? And we've done it. We've got all 3. I was only expecting to get Genet, but no, we've actually secured the place. As you can see, we've got the 2 Prosts up ahead of us, and they've made contact, and I believe that was Nick. Yeah, Nick Heifeld has spun off after hitting Jean Alesi. Jean Alesi slowed down. Can we make the move? I mean, we're going a bit. He's pushed the bit onto the grass, but we got past him, and moving a bit further into that lap. Actually, we've actually caught up to Eddie Irvine. So these new tyres have certainly got their advantage, as we've managed to get past Irvine, and we're moving up against Johnny Herbert, who's in the leading Jaguar. As we cut the corner there by mistake. Will we be able to get past him? We go down the inside and we make the move stick, which is a nice move if I do say so myself. We've got the Benetton in front of us of Giancarlo Fisichella, and also our teammate up in 10th. So Pedro De La Rosa doing a splendid job, unlike the last few rounds where he's not really got in the top 10, I don't think. But moving on to the start of lap 7, as you can see, we've still got Fisichella ahead of us. Obviously it was only a few corners ago that we caught up to him. We've got our teammate there and the other Benetton as well. So now we've got to sit back. I suggest that I think we're going to wait until something happens. But as you can see, Fisichella is going very slow there. So we tried to get him around the outside, but he just wasn't having any of it. As you can see, De La Rosa is trying to push him wide. He's doing the move, he's doing the wiggle, as we call it. But we go around the outside of both cars. So thank you to my teammate De La Rosa for that one. And we've got Alexander Wirtz in that way. Are we going to get past him? Yes, we will. Nice and easy. But obviously we've got Jacques Villeneuve now as we move a bit further on into lap 7. We get past him, but cut the corner. So unfortunately, I don't think that move will count. But we get past Zonda pretty cleanly, if I do say so myself. But moving on, obviously it took us only a couple of corners. We caught up to the back of Heintal Fretzen, who I believe he's in the Jordan at the moment. I don't know if he moved any team. I think he stayed in Jordan until 2002 and then he moved, I'm not sure. But we made that move on Fretzen quite easy. And as you can see now, at the end of lap 8, this is the end of the race, and we could not manage to catch Button. Now we did have a spectacular place. As you see, he's just ahead of us there. A few more laps and I probably would have had him. But unfortunately, we only walk away from this race with only 1 point. So I'm still happy that we managed to score 6th place. Coulthard wins in his McLaren, so for once it's not Schumacher or us that has won the race, it's Coulthard. And as you can see, Coulthard won it just short of 11 minutes. Schumacher in 2nd with half a second ahead of his teammate, Barry Kelly, who's in 3rd. Schumacher, his brother, Ralph Schumacher, should I say, finished in 4th with, I believe that was Button in 5th, and obviously ourselves in 6th. As you can see, the second set of starts, our teammate finished in 11th, with Genet being the last of the finishers. I believe Hakkinen did not finish, but we will find out in a short minute. Yes, Hakkinen did not finish. Truly obviously didn't make it through the first lap. Hakkinen only just made it through 1 lap and then retired. And after 4 rounds, we currently lead Schumacher by 6 points, Coulthard by 20. Hakkinen's on 20. Ackens on 10, Schumacher's on 6, and Fretzen's on 4, I believe. Who's also tied with Fisichella and Barrichello. Irvine and Button and Villeneuve are the last of the point scorers, with Trulli being the non-point scorer, as well as the rest of the field, including my teammate, Pedro De La Rosa. And obviously, as you can see, with the round off the last 4 drivers, Jeunet, Mazzacane, and ZONTA haven't scored no points as well. So, what does that mean for the constructors? Well, currently, McLaren is leading by 3 points over the Arrows team. Ferrari's in 3rd, 2 points behind us. Williams is a while back, with Jordan in 5th and Benetton in 6th with only 4 points. 7th place is Jaguar, with BAR in 8th with only the 1 point. Minardi in 9th, with Prost in 10th, and Sauber in 11th with no points. Anywho, I thank you guys all for watching. If you have, make sure you hit the like button, and I hope you enjoy this. I hope you've been enjoying this series so far. I apologise for lack of videos within this series, but I will try and get more out to you guys. But until then, I've been Viper Racing. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Ta-ra!